The Y&W Melly trial has resumed in Broward County, Florida, after the jury went on a week-long hiatus, and the return of the trial marked the presentation of the prosecution's final two witnesses, which seemed to be damning for the Murder on My Mind rapper. Local10.com was in the courtroom on Monday, July 10, where Trevin Milliot Glass testified that he'd seen Y&W Melly in different clothes after the murders of Y&W Juvie and Y&W Sackchaser. "We were supposed to have a 12-hour session," he said, referring to the meeting he was due to have with Melly at the New Era recording studios in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. "But," said Glass, he'd fallen asleep as a result of the night dragging on, only to be awoken by his phone ringing off the hook informing him of the shootings. When Glass arrived at Fredo Bang's house, he spotted Y&W Melly and he wasn't wearing the same clothes. Prior to today's testimony, Y&W Melly and his legal team suffered a legal setback on June 28 when crime scene detective Sergeant Christopher Williams, who was called to the witness stand by the prosecution, determined that the fatal bullets that killed the Y&W members came from inside the car that they were riding in at the time of their death, not outside. "The shooting happened from somebody inside the car," Williams said as he recreated the crime scene for the jury. He added the angles of the projectiles going into the victims' bodies do not change, and that he likely missed these details the first time around because he had been testing the scene for a drive-by. Sergeant Williams went on to say that Juvie, real name Christopher Thomas Jr., was shot in the head at close range from the left in the middle of his cheek while he was facing forward. Part of the wound had an abrasion ring on it, he said of the entrance wound, citing the tattoo of the stippling as evidence. Y&W Melly was arrested and charged with 2 counts of premeditated murder in 2019 and faces life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. If convicted, he could get the death penalty.